Hello, fellow gamers, and welcome to another episode of Greenhell Hard Mode Survival Tips, where we play on Greenhell mode, which is the highest difficulty, nutrient depletion, all that fun stuff, right in the comfort of your own home. Nah, but I just provide tips and how to survive. I know I've got a lot of folks that have been interested in learning how to survive in green hell mode, or just the higher difficulty other than a walk in the park, and that's what we're destined to do here. So in the last episode, if you haven't watched it yet, I'll put a little card up here. Wouldn't hurt my feelings if you watched that first. So there was a jaguar attack, and I actually kind of figured out how it got so close to me even though I was over there. It was because, well, I didn't hear her earlier when I was over there showing y'all where the spawn was. Apparently she was already stalking me, and then she followed me all the way down to the base. Thanks, John Darby, for noticing that as well. Sometimes you catch things on playback. Now, before we get started, because I will forget, since we killed that jaguar in the last episode, I really want to replace one of these stick armors. I'm going to get rid of the lowest durability. I'm going to bring this guy over here, put him on my legs, and we can go ahead and destroy that stick armor, because we are going to make a new one. A new and improved bone armor that's going to just protect us even more. I'll just dump both of those over there at the same time. Dump both of these over here. Make it a little bit quicker. And now we've got stronger bone armor for our other arm. And look at that. Originally it was, I think, 30. Yep, 30%. Now we're sitting at 37. That durability is going to keep going up as we continue to craft it. So we're going to be on the lookout for a couple of things. I felt kind of silly because I went all the way over there to show you where the spawn was and I didn't get the blueprints. So that's something that we're going to do. Before we do that, since we have some sticks over here that I just picked up, I'm going to go ahead and dump these in the fire just to give it a little extra life. Okay, well, I guess that's just what we're going to do this whole episode. I'm kidding. We're not going to do that. There we go. That should be okay. We're going to head back over there because one of my most favorite blueprints in the game is over here. We do have some mushrooms. And since it's raining, you may remember also in the last episode, one of the things I showed y'all was the well that's over here that fills up with water when it rains. And there we go. It's still filling up. This time, unlike the other times, it did give us parasites. So we're going to go ahead and eat one of those to get us back where we need to be. Now, I do also remember, yes, okay, we can delete the cat fang. It's only needed in story mode. Forgot we picked up some Brazil nuts. And I had mentioned they don't start to go bad until you harvest them. There we go. And that's going to get us right where we need to be. Now, let's get back to it. There's another blueprint you can get over here, which I really don't ever use. But if you're a completionist like me and want to try to get every single blueprint in the game, this is one of two ways that you can get it. The other way being on Anaconda Island, or on the outskirts of it, I should say. It's this little trap right here. Got a little froggy in there. We'll just go ahead and set this. This is to get little small things, like sometimes you get spiders, cane toads. Not really stuff you're going to use in the mid to late game, but stuff that could potentially save your life in the early game because there are proteins in them. Okay. So far, no jaguar. Some folks like to set up camp here. I don't. Oh yeah, I forgot about the stone ring. That charcoal is nice. Looks like it's kind of stingy. That's okay. But the other one that I was talking about was this dryer right here. You'll need to put some sort of frame over it to get any sort of use out of it. However, it can be a lifesaver. So we've got one bone. Let's do this. This is another source of bones. Awesome. We can make one more piece of bone armor. And what we also could do, I'm going to go ahead and just destroy this because we've got meat on us. We've got 2 stones, 39. Let's hold on to them for now. A lot of little things around here that can make noise that sound similar to a jaguar, but we're not going to let it freak us out too much. We're going to go ahead, now that we've gotten what we need, and there's not really a lot over there in regards to, there is the oasis over there, if you are a completionist, but for time's sake, I'm not going to go over there because really the only things it's going to uncover are going to be caves and things like that. And hey, another jaguar spawn, you know? There's also a jaguar spawn over there as well. I see some rocks over here. I'm going to take advantage of this. Get a couple more rocks on us because we are going to need... Let's just replace that right now. I was going to say, we are going to need to replace it. No time like the present. And eventually, once we get our durability up on that, and once stones become more readily available, and we get durability on our spears and, you know, whatnot, then we can start making cool stuff like the regular axe. Oh! In the last episode, look at that. Here's those banana leaves that I was looking for. Things always have a way of turning up, don't they? Unlike rope, which always seems to elude me. Now you know why I always pick it up. Do we have another one over here? We've got plenty over here. Watch me lose the leaves. The banana leaves. No, we're good. Okay, we'll drop these two over there. Craft that. Drop these two over there. We got ourselves some more bone armor. Yeah. We got stick armor. That one's at 41. This one's at 34. You know what I'm going to do? Nah, we're good, because we're going to keep making this stuff. Let's get rid of that. So now we've got bone armor on 3 of our 4 appendages. Still no birds. But that's okay. Next step before we really travel, I mean, you can travel, and a lot of times I do, but I want to show y'all some tips. Because I'm fine going out with pretty much what I like to call a naked backpack. But for y'all, you're going to want something additional that we typically find in the trees, coconut trees, I should say. These are bare, but you want to get at least a metal bidon. Oh, I think I don't know if that was a rock that fell over here, or if that was, you know what, let's go up here. Because if it fell over here, we can get it, and if it fell down the side, we'll see it. I don't know if that was a rock or a coconut. Okay, it was a rock. I see it right over there. But we're going to move forward. But just keep in mind, one thing that you will want is to keep your eye out for a coconut. Preferably 2. If you can find 2 coconuts, that's even better, because you can make some bowls. And then you can also make a bidon. I would make the bidon first. Now, if you're going to be more of a homebody and not so much a nomad, you could probably go with the bowls first, especially during the rainy season. But if it's not during the rainy season, I'd really recommend getting a bidon first. But let's continue. Let's keep moving forward. And let's cross our fingers for some bird carcasses on the ground. We're just going to have to let that fire burn out over there. If I had a bidon on me, I'd be able to put the fire out. But we're just going to let it die out. And while we don't have a lot of foodstuffs on us, we do have protein. Wah! Where is he? There he is. Yeah, while we don't have a lot of carbs and fats on us, that's okay. The important thing that we can't really forage with effectiveness is going to be protein. So we're going to be doing just fine. And we've got, I think, 2 more steaks on us. Yeah. We can always eat it raw if we need to, so that's still not a big deal. You just got to make sure you have some parasite-killing mushrooms on you. The next step, the next place I'd like to head to, what is it, about 12 o'clock? Oh, no, we're ahead of schedule. The next place I would like to head to is going to be the lab, and maybe we'll get lucky. It's relatively safe, There is, however, a jaguar spawn in the area, so you still want to be on your toes. Let's get these maggots over here. We don't... We only want to use them if we get an infection. We don't want those for lunch. We don't want to be grabbing for a mushroom and realize we got a mouthful of maggots now, do we? But while we head this way, continue to keep your eyes out for birds on the floor. Also, I'd recommend picking this resin up if you plan on using torches ever. We're going to leave those bees be. We already have a honey bandage on us that I showed you in the last episode. Yeah, the resin is nice. The torch burns a lot longer. It's still going to go out when it rains, so keep that in mind. However, it will burn longer, which is what's important. Whoa! Nah! Oh boy! All right, this is where the bone armor comes in handy. Look at that. She did hurt us. Look at her go. Look at her go. Look at her go. And she's gone. She got the drop on us big time. Big time. So that whole thing about moderately safe, yeah, well, I mean, it's mostly safe. It's mostly safe. I was so focused up here because there's a bug that you see sometimes. I don't know, you may want to rewind it for a second, where this patch right here is white. It was white, and I was focused on that. I was about to show y'all, and then slap. Well, at least we know we're probably not going to get bothered by the jaguar again. So she's going to go lick her wounds. And look, we're going to continue wound-free. Now, I will say this. Look at that. Bone armor, 30%. This one, this is where she hit us, right there, because that was 37%. And she didn't hit us there. I don't remember what the durability was on that, but looks like she hit us in our right arm. Yeah. We could use some more armor, right? And we're near water, so we can clean ourselves up. Whoops. And we know also the jaguar is not going to ambush us. She's off somewhere regretting her decision. Let's just go ahead and destroy 2 of these, bring our weight down a little bit, and we'll continue forward. Although this does not look like the best water to wash yourself off in, it'll be fine. And guess what? Did you see what I saw in the upper left corner of the screen a second ago? Well, we don't have any bird carcasses on the ground. We can definitely try to make some, if you know what I mean. Let's do this. Let's get our energy up just a tiny bit more. All right, let's put some faith in our spear skills. Obviously, too much faith. All right. Okay, no problem. No problem. We'll give it the old college try again. See, now you see why I prefer bows. Let's do this. Let's get rid of that. And you may have heard me say earlier, maybe... This might work. But you may have heard me say earlier, maybe we'll get lucky. We're about to find out. Son of a biscuit. Okay, we'll just raise it up a little bit higher. Got him! And we're defenseless right now, so let's hurry up and pick that up. And yeah, there it is. That's just great. So before we go anywhere else, let's go ahead and make some arrows, because that's my bread and butter. And 3 is going to be enough for me right now. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying 3 should do okay. You know, even if we get ambushed by 5 natives, that is still going to afford me a chance to hopefully get 3 of them down. And then I can fight the other 2 off with a spear or 2. You know, so I won't be completely defenseless. I'll have a little bit of long-range capability. And I can use the spears for at least 1 spear for long-range capability if I need to and I feel lucky. Alright, so let's get to it. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and delete this chicken. And we did get lucky. We've got the map here. Fantastic. Now, we got chips here and stuff like that if you want it. We've got a spoon if you're into that kind of thing. Doesn't really do anything. But the other important item that's over here is going to be this bad boy right here. Okay? This is going to help you get the mud water filter, which is critical, especially if you plan on staying anywhere long term. These mushrooms are quickly going south. I'm just going to rush over here and drink some of this nasty, nasty water. If it'll let me. Yeah, it will. There we go.
Disgusting.
It's got all sorts of fun stuff in there, I'm sure. Another thing over here that I like to get... Let's see, it's over here on the right. Is this bone knife, because it's at 100%. So you can go ahead and destroy this. I love this thing. This thing is a great weapon, too. Very underrated weapon for close combat. A lot of people like to use spears, but I love the bone knife. So now we've got the map. Just want to show you. We're right here. And there's one other thing that I want to get before we continue. I think we should just continue moving forward. What was that? That was a bamboo tree, gamer. Relax. And we got this guy right here. Oh, I set it, and do I need to... Okay, I just need to get a little bit closer. Okay, cool. So next, now that we've gotten that, we're going to move forward. We've got the metal pot on us. We still need to look for some coconuts for a bite-in, but if you know... Ant bed. But if you notice... Actually, I'm going to show you something else. There's another type of armor you can get. And that's from these guys. So let's go ahead and clean him up. I'm not going to use the meat because we've got plenty of meat on us. But you know what we could do? We could not only make armadillo shell armor, but we can also... Yeah, I'm just going to destroy this too. We can also make more bone armor. That's going to be better. You know, more durable, I should say. Okay. So we'll put that guy on there. Perfect. And what we'll do is we'll just find our weakest link, so to speak, of armor. Ooh, okay, well, what we'll do is just put that down there, let it catch some rain. Bone armor 30, 30, 36. Ha ha ha. Not a difficult decision at all. We'll destroy that. That's collected a teeny tiny bit of water, so we'll take that. We'll take this, and we will continue, and we'll stop when we find some rope, and we'll build more armor. Ah, bees. And I'm just headed north. It's kind of roughly headed north. We'll get to the spot where we want to go. Yeah, if you're enjoying this episode, please don't forget to hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. You don't have to, but I'd like it. You can sign up for alerts and stuff like that. Check us out on Twitch as well. This episode is set to air on Saturday, but if you miss it, I should say if you watch this on Saturday, you will have missed our Thursday and Friday live streams. However, if you go to my Twitch channel, it has a schedule, and it shows when we go live next based on your time zone. Just got to go to the schedule section there. Here we go. And we're killing it, folks. So we got 30, 30, 36. I'll take this guy off. We got 52. Look at that. Boom. I always like to destroy these. I just mentioned that I did in the last episode, but I like to destroy those because it lowers the... oh! We have a coconut. It just lowers the memory doodads that come along with too much stuff, too many items in the game. I know I saw a coconut over here. And I hear bees. There it is. I see the coconut. Be ever watchful for jaguar, because there's another spawn over here. Imagine that. So we're just going to take this with... Wah! Oh my gosh. We're just going to take this with us. Ugh. Get our leeches. Oh my goodness. Okay. And I got him. Look at that. The no-look leech pull. Actually, let's pull our bow out now. A little more comfortable with this puppy. And how are our stats doing? We're doing okay. Haven't really seen a lot of raffia nuts, so I'm just... Okay, this is nice. You know what? Before we get all these, I know these are about to expire, so just eat those. Yep, look at that. They had 2 minutes and 4 minutes left on them. That'll give you a little... Come on. That'll give you a little burst of energy there. And you're not wasting them. They don't rot. Okay, yeah, this way. But, you know what? Do we need water? We could use a drink. I'll show you. You just drink this. Gives you 15 hydration. And you craft a little Biden. The next time we see water, we'll fill it up with water. And that helps us be more mobile. Can't say no to that, am I right? Oh, mice and capybaras. So we have mice and overgrown guinea pigs over here. And of course I find some nuts as soon as I start complaining about it. That's funny. Take those. And we're not too far away from a spot that everybody loves. See, now that we got a coconut, they're going to be everywhere. And I'll show you... Here's where we're at. We're at 50 west, 20 south. It's a nice little spot a lot of people like to build at. I wanted to come here because it's kind of the final nail in the coffin, so to speak, for the mud water filter. You know, the dryer, the metal Biden, mud water filter. Those are my favorite items in the game. I mean, you can live pretty much under any circumstances anywhere if you have a combination of those. And we get rid of these like I always like to, because these guys like to jump right in your hands. I'll get him later. He'll be there when we get back. So we've got our fish trap over here. I know a lot of folks like that. Easy, quick protein. You just wake up in the morning, check your traps, and usually you got some free protein in there. You got a place to sleep here, which is fantastic. But here is the other half, I should say, of the mud water filter. It's this puppy right here. And I just recently learned that... Let's just drink this. When it rains, it fills the top part up. And you can see it's almost completely full. So what I'm going to do... I'm going to use one of the bowls under here, and I'm just going to put the other one out here. We'll probably use it for a fire or something like that eventually. Like the lab, this is the dirtiest water in the game over here. If you notice, it's dirty. It doesn't say unsafe, it says dirty. So yeah, that's going to be a thing. But what I'm going to do, just very simple. First, let's see if we can... Let me clear all those out. Let's see. Can we... Okay, we can put some kind of leaf bed here. So we've got a place to sleep. I'm going to drop my frame down. Okay. Okay. Well, you know what? We don't need a place to sleep over here. Because we've got sleeping hammock. We've got a sleeping bag. All we really need is a fire. And the reason that I'm not building the fire over there is I don't like the way it looks, number one. But number two, I need a place to save. And a sleeping bag's not going to do that for us. We also got the grill rack, which is a nice addition. I'm just going to go ahead and take these out. We're going to need more anyway. We're going to need more dry leaves anyway. And we're doing okay. We got some time. I'll just chop these down right now. We'll come back for them in a minute. I hear some doo-doo. But we don't need the doo-doo, so we're good. And if you notice, the axe is holding up a lot better. Ugh, I hate it when this happens. Okay, so let's do this. We probably need some protein anyway. Yep. Eat. That's going to drop us below 45 weight. So now we can carry logs and sprint at the same time. Always keep that in mind when you're building. Try to keep your weight under 45 units so that you're never overburdened. Unless you don't mind running slow like that. Some people don't care. Like when you're playing by yourself, it's fine. Just play at your own speed. Some folks like to be hyper efficient. Some folks are content creators and safely assume that their viewers don't want to watch them slowly sprint in an area. They want to see as much stuff built as possible. So, you know, we have that to contend with as well. So we get it. But other people just don't like to wait around for it either. And that's one way you can prevent that. Got some free rope here from that tree. There's usually one more. I'm sure it'll turn up. So let's just get this taken care of. Where was the other one? There she is. And there's the other rope. I'm going to pick it up because we're going to need it. Yep, that makes an even 4. We already have our 4 over here. Isn't this a nice quick way how I'm building this up? It's one of the reasons why I love playing multiplayer. You got so many people helping. While you do have more mouths to feed, when you're working with a great team like the ones that I have, we all kind of can read each other's minds. We all have our own little things that we like to build, and when you put it all together, we've got a livable long-term base in probably less than 20-30 minutes tops. Like we're ready to sit there long-term and linger if we want, or of course move on if we feel like we need to move on. Like we'll have 4 beds down, a frame, a fire, sometimes a goat rack, no, a grill rack along with it, and you know, we're ready to rock and roll at that point. Well folks, we're at the end of this adventure. Check out one of my other episodes. I'd like to wish you happy building, safe building, and many blessings. Thank you so much for watching, folks. Take care.